Good evening, everyone. I hope everyone is doing very well, and we are live again with a new topic. Just confirm me whether the audio and the video is fine. Just confirm me whether the audio and video is fine. And then we'll start the session. You can hear you clearly. Okay, so we'll wait for 2 to 3 minutes and let everyone join, and then we'll start the session. Good evening, Lalit. Good evening, everyone. I hope everyone is doing great. So, today's topic is inter-virtual LAN routing and default gateway. Plus, we have a practical for the router on a stick. Okay, so as of now, we have covered what is Cisco Packet Tracer and how to use it. We are also done with the virtual LAN creation and its configuration. Now, we'll understand the default gateway concept, then we'll understand the inter-VLAN routing and inter-VLAN routing using the router on a stick. Okay. And I hope we are clear with the trunk and access port and how the data flows. Okay. Then some like common VLAN errors we can see while working. And this will be our today's session. So we have, guys, don't spam attendance. We'll just uh, give that in the end. Hi again, Shreya Kumari. Hi Lilith. Hi Rap. Hi Moses. Hi Aparna. Hi Binder. Hi everyone. Okay, so shall we start this? Good evening, Time Pass Boy. Good evening, Diksha. Good evening, Guru. Hi. Okay, so we'll start this session now. Okay. In yesterday's session, we have covered the configuration about the VLANs. Okay. And what is VLAN? So, can you guys tell me what is virtual LAN and where it is being used? Yeah, I'm good and very well. So, please comment down what is VLAN and how we used it yesterday. I'll just show you these yesterday's topic, that was the working of VLAN. Good evening, SGVC7. what VLAN actually does. So basically, it creates a separate broadcast network or a different domain, and devices, just read this line. Devices in different VLAN cannot talk directly. One VLAN usually equals to one subnet. It is logical and not physical. It separates traffic. Now, just read this line. It separates the traffic and routing connects the VLANs. Okay, so now in today's session, we'll understand how routing connects VLANs. Okay, and in yesterday's session, we had our access port versus trunk port. So what was access port? Basically, it carries one VLAN only, like it is used for PCs. And trunk is basically carrying multiple VLANs between switch to switch, router to switch, router to router, something like that. And there were some common questions here. So you're done with this thing. This was in yesterday's session. Now, let us understand why VLANs cannot communicate. Any idea why VLANs cannot communicate? VLAN is a logical segmentation of a physical switch. Logical segmentation of a physical switch into several logical broadcast networks. Great. I'd love to know, guys, please don't spam attendance. We'll share the link in the end of this session. Just let us continue the session. So, why VLANs cannot communicate? Any idea, any single point, whatever you guys know, please comment down why VLAN cannot communicate. Like basically, two VLANs cannot communicate with each other. How? I mean, why? What's the restriction? I'm waiting for your comments and then we'll move further. Please comment down why VLANs cannot communicate. Non-inter-VLAN routing, different LAN, same different routers. Okay, different networks. Okay. Okay. One guy says different VLAN means different routers. So these are some points why VLANs cannot communicate. VLANs are separate networks, as Joe said. They are designed to be isolated. Perfect, Aniket. Hi, Aniket. How are you doing? Then we have switch works at layer 2. Now, can you guys tell me what is this layer 2? Like, what is this? Like, what thing are we talking about? What is this layer 2, layer 3, in between the two lanes to be able to share the traffic with each other? Okay, good, sir. Perfect. Okay, just comment down. What is this layer 2, layer 3 device? Something like that. What are these things? Like, what are we talking about? I'm just waiting for your comments, guys. Please comment down quickly. Layer 2, layer 3, layer 4, 5, 6, 700. What are these things? Refers to OSI model. Perfect. Okay. They are separated by networks. We know that. Switch works at layer 2. We know that. No routing by default. We know this thing. And we are good to go. Now we understand why VLANs cannot communicate. Why? Because they are in separate networks. It works layer 2. There's no routing by default, so they actually cannot communicate. Let's go. Now, what is default gateway? Before that, I'll just open the Cisco Packet Tracer and I'll show you we'll just quickly do a simple revision, not revision, but I'll just I use the same orientation. Second, I've made this thing, so you guys have basic idea. Okay, so this is basically the configuration with the router on a stick. Got it? We'll just create two VLANs on a switch and we'll enter the inter-VLAN connection using a router on a stick. So basically we have to connect the PCs to the switch through this cable. And why? This is how we connect this thing. Then switch to the router. In yesterday's session, there was no router actually, as you guys can see, right? Now we'll just configure the switch. Like the CLI we use enable, configure terminal, the VLAN to create a VLAN, name it, then exit. Then we'll create one more configuration for finance department, exit. We'll assign the ports to the three PCs here, 0, 1, 2, to these things. Interface, okay, we'll just assigning the interfaces. One. Now, purpose is set the port as an access port. Now we understand what is access port and what is trunk port. Okay. Switch port mode access. Switch port mode access VLAN 10. Assign that port to the VLAN 10. Then again exit. And I have given this thing in your application. Okay. So you can have a look. Then two, then three again, then this thing, and we are good to go. Then there's a verification to display whether they are signed or not. Now, here's the main thing. Configure trunk port. Now we understand what is trunk port. So we'll configure that thing on a switch. Assumption is router connected to this port. So we'll just assign this thing. Then same thing. Switch port mode access. Switch port mode trunk. So it enables the trunking to carry the multiple VLANs, as you can see here. Purpose is like basically exit the command. Then we'll configure the IP addresses of the systems PC0, PC1. Yeah. Now we'll also assign the default gateway here. Okay. So default gateway, one guy says, Aniket is saying that segmenting devices into separate logical layer 2 network that prevents traffic from crossing between them. Okay, a default gateway is the interface that is pointed to when traffic needs to be routed out of the network. Example, VLAN network. Okay, Riksha says device that sends your data outside your local network is called a default gateway. Okay, now there are two things we'll understand here is first of all the trunk part. Second part is router on a stick. Okay, router on a stick. So here are some commands for the router. Okay, there are some commands. So we'll just do it and then understand. Okay. Now there's a sub interface. We'll just create a sub interface here. Then now in the end we'll just connect. We'll just check the connectivity. So before doing this thing, I'll just complete the yesterday's thing first. Okay. So in yesterday's session, what we did was we uh took a switch. There was a switch here. Okay, there was a switch. There were three computers here. Okay, now everything was connected. You can even click on the copper state and you can even choose the port like 0, 1, something like that. Okay, and either you can directly just 2, 1. Okay, so what if I just remove this part and I'll just click this thing, and this thing. Now we have 0.1, then here we have one more, and then this one. Okay. Now, in yesterday's session, what we did was we simply understood the working of VLANs. Okay. So I'll just show you the failure part here, like how we did the things in yesterday's session. Okay, so what I'll do here is I'll just give you the configuration guide I made for you. Okay, so first of all, I'll just assign these things to the I've connected. I click on the switch. I'll hit enter. I'll hit enable, and now we know that why enable is used. Now we'll just configure the terminal, configure terminal. Now I'll create a VLAN 10, enter. I'll name it HR. I'll exit this thing. Now I'll create a VLAN 20, second creation. Then I'll name it finance department. I'll hit exit. Now what I'll do here is I'll assign the ports. Okay. So I'll just assign the ports to the VLAN. Okay. So we have seen this set. So interface FA0/1 for this interface FA I guess it is FA0/1. Then I'll hit switch port would be access. Then switch port access VLAN 10. I'll exit this thing. Now I'll do the same thing for the two part, that is FA 0/2 invalid interface type or number 0.1 0.2 interface. Okay, okay. Interface number. I'll have to check just a second. So that's 0. Mm, okay, I'll do one thing. I'll just reset this thing up and I'll do a freshly install. I guess I've mixed something. So I'll hit the switch first. Switch. Three PCs. 1, 2, 3. I'll use the cable. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now, next thing we'll do here is we'll just enable the CLI for the switch part. CLI. As you can see, the interface is up. As you can see here, we have connected. We are, like you can see, the face is up. The face is up. So it is 0.1, 1.1, and 2.1. Okay. Basically we're talking about the interfaces. Okay. So this is how we can simply understand the interfaces. Okay, I'll just check the comment section. What command? Attendance. Attendance. I've already told you that please don't repeat this thing, attendance, attendance, attendance. Okay. Okay. Now I'll just hit enter and I enable this thing. Enable, enable. I'll now IGR configure the terminal. I'll just give you the commands. I've already done this thing. So VLAN 10. I'll create this thing. I'll name it as HR. I'll exit. Now I'll again create a VLAN 20. I'll name it finance department. I'll exit. Now I'll assign the ports here. Again, we'll just do this thing. So can you guys comment me down like what would be the command like what would be the command for this thing? Enable the command enable is basically giving the privilege escalation mode. Okay, like think it like we can say I can say that something like a privilege escalation thing. Okay, so please comment down what command should I use to set the interfaces. The command would be interface. I'll just select the interface, hit enter, switch the port mode to the access. I'll hit the switch port, access it as a VLAN 10. Now I'll exit this. I'll try the same thing with the, I'll try the same thing for the PC2 we have, that is this one. So I'm going to the 1, 3, and then we'll hit the 2. Okay. Interface. There's some issue with the interface thing. Give me a second. Like, are you guys able to catch the issue? Like, why I'm facing this, like, I'm not able to set the interface. Like, why I'm getting this thing? Any idea? First, you guys tell me, then I'll just show you why. If somebody again asks me, so please comment down why I'm facing this thing. Any idea why? Any idea? It's a simple mistake. It's a simple mistake. You can even see the solution on the screen too, if you guys. Any idea, guys? It's because you are already in another. No, 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 no. Okay, so without wasting the time, I'll just show you what's the issue. As you can see here, the error we are getting is invalid interface, type and number. So basically it says there's no interface available, something like that, F0/3. And here we can see it says 0.1, 1.1, 2.1, and not 0.3, I mean /3. Now, you can you just don't have to assume this thing. How can you understand this? Just hit show interfaces status. Just a second, I'll just have to else this. So, show faces status. And there you go. I actually can't zoom in. Alright, switch. And you can see the interfaces here. 0.1, 1.1, 2.1, 3, I mean slash, okay. 3/1, 4/1, 5/1. So you just don't have to assume because we have different model of switches and different things. So this is why we are facing this problem. Now, can you tell me the solution? What command should I type? And one more thing I would like to tell you. You can simply click on the, uh, just a second. You can even simply click on the cable and you'll also understand from which port this is connected. Okay, so I'll just show you. Check this out for your better understanding. Hmm. Check this out. Simply hold this. You can see FA 1.1, I mean slash, okay. 2/1 connected from, and PC3 is connected from 0/1. Okay. So what I'll do here is I'll just name them. I'll name this HR. I'll name this finance. The setup of yesterday. Okay. Finance. And I'll name this the same thing. HRR. Okay. LHR. Okay. One, two, and three. And you can simply go to the cable and find out from which PC, like basically which PC is connected to which port. Okay. So it's that simple. Now, the command which we were using, it was for the switch port access LAN V10. Got it? So what I'll do here is I'll simply uh, interface and okay, I'll just have to enable this. Okay, configure the terminal. Hmm. Now I'll hit interface and basically A is basically fast Ethernet. Okay, so I'll hit. You can even type fast Ether, ETHER, and ET2-1. Okay, no errors. Highlight switch, port, mode, access. Okay, okay, I did a spelling mistake. SWIT, SWITCS, switch port. Okay, done. Next command is switch port, access, VLAN 10 for the, like we are talking about the HR thing here. I'll exit this. Now, the final thing we have is our finance department. Okay. So I'll hit interface. I can even type the full thing, fast Ethernet, and we can see the port here is we are done with the 0.1, 2/1, and we'll hit the 1 that I mean 1-1. Okay. You can even click here or you can even just hover over there to find out which port the switch is connected to. 1-1. I mean /1. Okay, so this one. Now I'll hit fast Ethernet and 1/1. I'll hit enter. I'll again type the same thing, switch, port, mode, access. I'll type switch, port, access to the VLAN 20. Now I'll just exit this thing. I'll again exit this interface. I'll now type show VLAN brief. Now, you can check the finance department, the HR department, 0.1 and 2, I mean, no, the Ethernet 0/1, 2/1, 1/1. Okay, now we know that 0, the HR, the VLAN, which is in HR, okay, 0/1 and 2/1, they can talk to each other, but finance and HR cannot. Okay, now we'll understand how the HR and finance can talk to each other. Got it? First, what I'll do here is I'll have to also configure the IP addresses. Okay, so for example, I'll go to the HR, I'll go to the IP configuration, I'll hit 192.168.10.10. Done. This is the finance department, so I'll hit 192.168.20.10. Okay. Last thing we have is HR department again. The system from the HR 192.168.10.20. The second computer. And we are good to go. Now I'll hit the simulation part. I'll hit the simulation part. I'll click here. I'll click on the command prompt. I'll hit ping and try. I'll just try to ping the computer which is in HR VLAN. Okay. 10.20. I'll hit enter and let's check whether we get a reply or not. Okay, I'll just start this thing. Check the exact simulation. The configuration text. Okay, so the problem is that it isn't like magnifying or something like. I'll just install a magnifier for next time. Okay, so there you go. We have a reply, right? We have a reply here from the HR to HR. Got it? We are clear. Now, what I'll do here is I'll just try to ping the finance department from the HR department. Okay. So I'll hit 192.168.20.10. I'll hit enter and let's check. Okay. It's just a old request. Okay, so it will just show you a timeout. Okay. It will just show you a timeout and nothing gonna happen. No. I hope everyone is clear with this thing, and we have done the same thing in yesterday's session. Now we'll just understand how to talk with the finance department too. Okay, we are talking with the HR. From HR to HR, now we'll understand how to talk from HR to finance. Okay, this is called the inter-VLAN routing. Got it? Are we clear with this thing? Are we clear with this thing? Just confirm me whether we are clear or not. Then we'll understand the today's main topic. Okay, so now okay, we are done. Now I'll just go to my this thing. Now just understand switch to router straight cable. Used for connecting switch to router for trunk communications. Configure VLANs on switch. We are done with this thing. We are done with this thing. Now, let's go to the configure trunk port on switch. Okay. So they're assuming router connected to dash dash dash. So we'll just check. Okay. So to check, we'll have to connect a router first. Router, and let us use this one. I'll just use this thing and connect the router. Let us wait till the triangle goes up. And you can even check this thing, the interfaces too. You just have to hover over there. Okay, you can just hover over there and you'll find. There you go. This is how you can just simply find it. Okay, check this out. I'll just do this again. I'll just hover. I'll just hover. Okay, so this is how you're gonna find. Okay, we'll just see the exact simulation what is happening right now. Okay, so देखो यहाँ पे we'll just have to, first of all, we'll just have to do all of these things. Okay, and we are done with this thing. Assigning the ports to the VLANs. Okay, we are done with this thing. Now we are done with the verification part. Now we'll just configure the trunk port on the switch. Okay, everyone is very clear, very clear. Perfect, guys. If we are clear, that's quite good. Okay, so now I'll show you how can we configure this thing. Like basically configuring the router. Okay, so I'll just go to the thing again. I'll just click on the. I'll just have to pause this. Okay, I'll click on the CLI as you can check here. Okay, so I'll just configure the trunk port with the router. Okay, I'll hit interface. And the interface was, I'll just have to check what was the interface. It was 3.1 or 4.1. I mean, 3/1. Okay. Okay. So interface FA 3/1. Oh, okay. FA 3/1. Okay. Hmm, okay. Sorry. I'll just have to configure the terminal. No? Config, I'll just try config for the terminal. Yeah. I'll try this thing now. Interface FA 3/1. Okay, we are good to go. Now, the main thing, switch port mode trunk. Switch port mode trunk. I'll share the file with you guys so you can simply understand. Now, To identify this thing, it's quite optional. So we'll just identify whether the things are connected or not. Okay. So I'll hit show interfaces trunk. It's quite easy commands. And now we have not seen anything. I'll just have to, yeah, sorry. I forgot the default gateways. Just a second. IP configurations. We have an option called default gateways here. Okay. So what I'll do here is I'll just click on the default gateway. Okay. And I'll create a gateway, for example, 192.168.10.1. Okay. This is our default gateway. Done with the finance department. Done. Okay. Not done. It was for the 20.1. Okay. This is basically a different department, different VLAN, right? And for this, for PC3, it is the same 10.1. I mean what we call that. The default gateway is the basically the IP where you can just access all of these things. Now I'll just show you the theoretical part. What is default gateway? So default gateway is basically the exit point of a network. It can be a router's interface IP. Like how can you like this is how you can manage the uh what I would say. You can manage the router, your router basically. And it is also used to reach other networks. Got it? So these are 3 points where we understand what is default gateway. So exit point of a network, it can be a router's interface IP. It is used to reach another networks. Okay. Now the question is, what is inter-VLAN routing? We understand the we understand this thing. Okay, we understand this thing. Now we'll try to understand, array, we'll try to understand the inter and routing part. Okay, inter VLAN routing. So basically communication between the VLANs, basically our HR department, our finance department. We will just understand how to communicate between them. It requires a router or a layer 3 device. It requires a router or a layer 3 device, and we are using a router, as you can see our diagram. Okay, so I'll just show you the flow. If you guys still not aware like what is VLAN routing, so this is a simple definition. The VLAN separates the traffic and the routing connects the traffic. That's it. It separates, it connects. As simple as that. Now, how VLANs communicate? We'll understand this thing. Router on a stick, layer 3 switch. So this is how we can use these things to communicate the VLAN. We are done with this part. We have added the router. We have added the switch. Done. Now, what is router on a stick actually? Do you guys understand? Router on a stick. You understand router, but what is on a stick? Like what is this? What is router on a stick? If you guys understand, please comment yes. If no, then please comment no. And if any of you guys know what is this, so please comment down. Aniket, Diksha, Time Pass Boy, Jayant, Moses, Moses Su, no. Okay, Rafia, Yara, Mulf, Ajay, we have Java Academy official. Okay, so please comment down. We have Joe. Okay, it is where all the VLAN traffic are allowed via only one line. Okay, anyone else? Anyone else would like to tell me what is router on a stick? What does this mean? Router on a stick. Okay, so we'll understand this thing. Router on a stick is basically one router, one physical interface, multiple sub interfaces, multiple sub interfaces, and a trunk link to switch. This is what router on a stick means. We have this thing, we have this thing, we have this thing. We'll just have to set the multiple sub interfaces and we are good to go. Okay, so we'll also understand how data flows between the VLANs. Okay, like the finance and the HR. How? So the flow of the data is PC to switch to router to the switch again, then the other VLAN. It's that simple. PC, switch, router, matlab from HR PC to the switch we have, then to the router we have, then again to the switch, back to the switch, then the finance department VLAN, the 20 part. Okay, this is the flow of the data. Okay, we'll just understand and we'll just look this thing in the simulation part. So you don't have to worry. Okay, so we'll understand the common errors later. So this was the flow. Now we'll do the practical thing for this part. Okay, so we are done with the uh, gateways. We are we'll just have to set up this thing. Give me a second. Okay, 3/1 is down. Okay, 3/1 is down. Okay. Mm, 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 mm. I'll just try again that interface. I'll just have to configure what we call it. I'll hit show this trunk show interface access. Okay. Now what I'll do here is I'll just do one thing. Let me first let configure the terminal. Alright. Configure the terminal. Okay. Now I'll hit interface and the interface is FA3/1, which is from which the router is connected. Switch, port, mode, trunk. Okay, I'll now exit this and I'll just try to verify if this works or not. Interfaces, trunk. Okay, let's do interfaces, interfaces, trunk. No. Next thing would be I'll just use the CLI of the router itself to verify. Okay, give me a second. I'll just verify it using the CLI of the router. Okay, any idea why like what is happening here? Any idea what is happening here? So interfaces status. Okay, there you go. You can see we have uh this one. 3 1 not connected, and it's a trunk. Okay, it's a trunk. It's visible clearly that it's a trunk. So what I'll do here is I'll just again try to connect this port with the router. Give me a second. Mm, I'll check the CLI of the router. Okay, I'll click on the router. I'll click here. ये क्या आ रहा है? Would like to enter the initial configuration log. Initial configurations. I'll just set no. Enable secret password is some older, and the enable password is used. Enable. Okay. Uh, go to the iOS prompt without saving this configuration. 0. Okay, router. Okay, we are there. I'll just hit enable and I'll hit the configure terminal. Same thing. CONFIGURE configure terminal. I'll give you commands, so don't worry. I'll also explain you guys. I'll hit interface FA0/0 the router interface and I'll hit no shutdown. Now, let us check if we are live or not. Let us check. Okay, there you go. We are live. The router is up. Now, you guys might think why like this thing happened. Okay, so the problem here is the router ports by default are down. Okay, so we just have to make them up so that the switch starts connecting. Okay, and this is a real Cisco behavior. Okay, this is how the things work. Okay, in the real world. Now what I'll do, I'll just check again. Okay, just see. I'll hit show interface status, and boom, it says 3/1 connected trunk. Okay, and yeah, trunk means basically both the sides are up, so it's not a like a command or something like that. It just says that both the devices are up and working fine. That's it. Okay, so now we'll do the thing. Maybe you can use another router, which is all the VLANs traffic allowed are on the one line. Okay, so let's move further quickly. The next thing we have is we are done with this part. Configure the IPs. We are done with the configurations. Now, configure router on a stick. Okay, so this thing. Interface gig 0/0. Something new. Okay, something new. Interface gig 0/0. It says select physical interfaces connected to the switch. Select the physical interface. No shutdown matlab enable the interface. In router we say no shutdown. That means just enable the interface, guys. That is how the thing works in switch. Now what I'll do here is I'll set up the router on a stick. Okay, just see me how it works. I'll just open the CLI. I'll just do this thing first. Okay, we'll understand about this packet, CDP, DTPs and all. Okay, later. No worry. And also we'll understand about the STPs. Okay, so you just guys don't have to worry for this thing. I'll just open the command and I'll hit enter for the router. And now I'll hit interface kick 0/0. I'll just check whether okay it's invalid. So we'll just hit show interfaces status. Just a second. Show interfaces status. Status. Mm, 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 There's an issue with the command. Give me a second. Mm, for the verification. Okay, we are on the last stage, so we'll just complete this quickly. We'll just hit the interface. Okay, the physical interface here. I'll just have to verify the command again. Give me a second. It was interface status, I guess. Mm, so interfaces status. Show IP interface brief. Will this work? Okay, it worked. Okay, so we have fast Ethernet 0, 0, fast Ethernet 1.1. Okay, now will basically we know the interfaces. What are the interfaces working here? Okay, so just don't assume the interfaces. You just have to check. You can easily check what are the interfaces. Now what I'll do here is I'll simply do the configurations of the router. I'll hit enable. I'll hit configure CONFIGUR, the configure the terminal, the same command we know. Okay, and we are done. Now, mm, we'll just try. I guess we have assigned this thing. Okay, 0.0 is assigned here, so working up. Okay, perfect. Now, I'll hit interface fast Ethernet 0/0.10. Okay, then I'll hit encapsulation, the command given here. Okay, the command given here. Okay, so this was not gig, it was basically a different thing. 0.1. So it is basically creating the sub interface for 10. Now it enables 8OQ.1Q. It is tagging, basically tagging. So do you guys know what is the word tagging means? What is tagging? What is tagging? What is tagging? If you guys know, then please let me know. What is tagging according to you? So basically dot 10 here says that it was a logical interface. And this one, dot 1Q10 says it matches the VLAN 10. Okay, so we are basically we are just saying them that we are talking about the VLAN 10 here. Okay. And the last thing was the gateways and IPs. Okay, for the V10. Done. Now we have exited this thing. Now we will do the same thing for the this one, the 20. Okay, good. So I'll hit interface fast Ethernet 0.0/20. Okay, sorry, it's 0/0.20. Okay, done. And then I'll again hit these commands: encapsulation, paste. Okay, we're done with the encapsulation. Okay, done. Now I'll just hit the IP for the finance department. Done. And I'll hit enter and we are good to go. I'll just exit this thing. Okay, EXIT, exit. And I'll just exit one more thing. No, there's no need. Okay, so what I'll do here is I'll simply reset the connections. I'll open the computer here and I'll just try to ping from PC 0 to the PC of the finance department. Okay, so I'll go here. Let us check how it works or not. If you have done any mistake or like how it goes. Array, yeah. Just a second. This one, this one, this one, this one. Let's check if this works or not. Array. Okay, we'll just wait and watch if it works or not. We are basically pinging the HR we are pinging the finance department from the HR department, and we have connected the router. Okay, I guess there's some issue with the router. No? Let us wait first. Let the process complete, then we'll have a look if that worked or not. Maybe you can use another router. So how do you use command line for the configurations for geo options? Yeah, it basically gives you the privileges. So yeah, it does, but it's better to understand the command lines, na? Right? So it's better to understand the command lines. And the one guy says tagging simply refers to the packet being bed being added with a tag that refers to the tag in a question. Example, the tag of VLAN. Okay. I'll just speed this process up. I'll speed this process up. Let us wait and watch. Okay, there was a request timeout. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll again hit this ping. ARP request goes to the router, again to the switch. Hmm. Okay, well, the CLI is usually stable compared to the GUI, which can crash. Actually, once you learn and have the commands, yeah, it's basically if you know the commands, so you're good to go. Like you can even work on the GUI itself, right? So it is quite easy. For example, by any chance, if the GUI crashes or if it is not working, or if you just have like there's a situation if you just have a CLI in a company, like then what will you guys do? Okay, so this is why the CLI is important. It's again a request timeout. I'll just have to check what happened. Hmm, I'll just check the request. Okay, we have a reply. There you go. Okay, it took a time. Like it took a long time. But you can see here, we have a reply. Reply from 192.168.20.10. So this is basically a inter-VLAN routing. Inter-VLAN routing. Now, what I'll do here is I'll just reset the simulation. I'll just come to the real time. I'll click on this thing. I'll click on this thing. I'll again hit this thing. And there you go. We have a reply. We have a reply from the finance department. As you can see, this is 20.10 finance department, right? So this is how the inter-VLAN thing works. Okay, so thanks for the explanation. Yeah. So are we clear with this thing? You guys just have to practice the commands and understand them. I have a complete thing mentioned here. Okay, so just choose this thing accordingly. So I'll just add one more thing here. Configure the terminal. Yeah, here. I'll hit show. You can either use for the switch, you can use show interfaces status, and for the router, you can use show IP interface brief. I'll hit purposes to check the interfaces. Okay, to check the interfaces. You can either use this command in the switch too, it will work, and you can even use the command we have show interfaces status for the route our switch. Okay, so this is how the thing works, the VLAN routing works. And are we clear with this thing? So we'll just quickly complete the common errors what you guys face. Common errors are no trunk configured. There's problem with the trunk that was not configured. There's a problem called a wrong default gateway. For example, you guys have mentioned the wrong gateway, so you'll definitely face an error. Then there's a thing called wrong VLAN assignment. Okay, you have assigned a wrong VLAN. So this can also common error happen by the students. Okay, so these are some common errors out there. Now there are some key takeaways which I've written so that VLAN separates the network. Default gateway sends traffic out. Router connects VLANs. VLANs separate the network. Default gateway sends the traffic out. Router connects the VLANs. As simple as that. Okay. So there I've mentioned some questions, so I would like everyone to participate. Okay. First question. Okay, what the heck happened with the question? Yeah. So first question, what happens if the gateway is wrong? What happens if the gateway is wrong? Quickly comment down and then we'll wrap up with the attendance part and we'll wrap up the class. Okay. We have 26 people out there. So I would request everyone to quickly answer me this. Okay, we have three questions. The traffic is not routed out of the network segmentation. Okay. Second question. What happens if the trunk is removed? What happens if the trunk is removed? Okay, I'll just explain. I'll just show you the three questions. Okay. So these are three questions I have mentioned for you guys. First one is what happens if the gateway is wrong? Second one is what happens if the trunk is removed? Third one is can VLANs talk without router? Prevents devices from communicating outside their local network, resulting in loss of internet access. Okay. Can VLAN talk without routers? Can VLAN talk without routers? Yes or no? Yes or no? Please comment down. We have 26 people here. Yes or no? We have only some people who are just commenting, okay, like who are participating. No, they cannot talk without a router. And what happen if the trunk is removed? What happen if the trunk is removed? What happen if the trunk is removed? Although yes, if we are using a layer 3 switch, okay. What happens if the trunk is removed? What happens if the trunk is removed? Can we communicate? Result in a immediate disruption of traffic of all VLANs. They were present. Okay, perfect. So we're done with the questions and the answers of all these three questions. If you still have a doubt, please let me know. Else we are done.
खत्म. बाय बाय, टाटा, गुड बाय, गया.
Okay, so we are done. Thank you for joining today's session. And if you guys have any doubts, please let me know and I'll just share the attendance link with you all. Just give me a second. I'll just have to hide the screen. Just a second, guys. I'll just share you the thing with you all. The attendance link for today's session. Okay, there you go. Okay, so there you go. I've dropped the attendance link and I've pinned the message. So simply fill your attendance or mark your attendance and we are good to go. If you guys have any doubts, please let me know. Thank you for joining today's session. Have a very lovely and great night and a very good morning. Bye bye. Sayonara. Okay, and we'll let us start meaning yeah, it's goodbye, right? Correct. And yeah, mock test. So we'll arrange, I'll just talk to the team and we'll arrange a mock test for you guys. So don't worry. Okay, please mark the attendance. I'll end the session in 1 or 2 minutes. Please mark your attendance and we are good to go. Thank you for joining today's session again. If the session was amazing, please give us a thumbs up. And if not, please give us a dislike and a suggestion. We are greatly thankful. Tata. Yeah, thank you. Tata is basically bye bye. Thank you for today's session. Thank you, Diksha, for joining the session. Okay, guys, I'll just the PDFs and the what we call that, the codes or whatever you guys can say. Okay, so I'll just drop these things in the morning. Okay, so you'll just have all of these things by morning, the PDF and everything. Okay, so just go and rest and bye bye, sayonara. Thank you, Darshan. Have a very great good night. Bye bye.